Sorry. Okay.
And we are live.
Me and my
Hello,
teammate,
everybody.
we're on a completely different strategy for this race. He's going for a 22. He's going for a 22 short stint at the beginning and went 33 laps straight to the end. I instead am going for 37 laps, and then I'm going for a light ending.
Interesting approach.
Very good decision.
We're all going at
Very
we're all going at
interesting.
zero risks. We're doing a complete zero risk season just to make money, and I think it's working right now. I'm still at level 2 car at race 9 with 62 millions. I think I didn't
You're
change
still in
cars for
rookie,
this race.
Luca?
What?
You're still in rookie?
No, I'm in rookie because I had to relegate because one of my teammates asked him, he was relegating, and he asked me if I wanted to be in the same group as him with another of his friends. I had problems renewing my driver's contract, and I couldn't find anyone better for neither promoting or to grow. So I found a 17-year-old guy who was promising, and I decided to relegate.
Okay.
What a
Well,
note.
you can't. It's just useless to save money in rookie. You're right.
It's
Or you must go
useless
to
to use
amateur.
risks. More importantly, it's useless to use risks in rookie. If you have a good driver and if you have a good driver, you
Definitely.
make 90%. You make 90% of the work, and then even with the level 2, level 3 car, you can compete with level 5, level 6 car.
Yeah, but are you staying in rookie?
No, I'm promoting this season right straight away. I'm promoting straight away.
Okay. That is okay. I thought you were staying in rookie. That's why I
No,
asked.
no,
So.
I'm already at 76 points out of 80 points. So
Okay. Sounds
I
good.
lost.
That sounds
That looks
good.
promising.
I lost one race because I didn't tip one thing in the settings. I think race 2 or race 3, and then I lost the last one. No, the previous one, because one of the other guys was pushing like hell, and I was going at zero risk. And even though it was on a one stop more than mine, he won the race by 9 seconds because I smoked at the end. Also, he didn't change parts. It was at zero risk with a one-stop strategy. It was pushing like crazy with a two-stop strategy and a softer tire. So he was going to win anyway.
Okay.
He has about 4
Yeah.
millions. He has about 4 millions in cash with a level 4 car, and while I have a level 2 car but 62.5 millions. So I think the better. I think I'm doing pretty well, but it's easy to say that in rookie.
And how long are you experienced already in GPRO, Luca?
I'm playing since season 39.
Oh, that's a very long time already.
I think it was 2013, 2014, like 5 or 6 years ago.
What kind of decision was to? I understand the stimulus to compete against a friend, but didn't you think about the non-trainable skills for the staff when you decided to reset to rookie?
No, I thought about it, but I had really, really low stats, so it didn't mean anything to relegate or to stay in amateur. So I decided to go down and to go and train this driver because he seems promising, and at the same time I'm battling against one of my friends, so it seems fun.
We have a message for Luca.
He's one of my teammates.
I thought so.
Push the wrong button.
Yeah, he's telling me that I'm a prick.
No problem, Patrick.
He's telling me that I'm...
Why does he call you Pipa? Pipa stands for Filipa, I understand.
No,
it's a different joke.
No, it's a joke. It's a word that you use in Italy to say that someone is not good to do something.
Oh, he's calling you an old lady.
Below average.
Okay, so that's
Oh,
your
this
teammate
kind of
calling you an
teasing.
old.
Yeah, we are just like this, friendly to each other. So it's just normal to us.
This
We've
kind
been
of
together.
That's
We've been together for 30
teammates
seasons.
banter.
We have
Teammates banter.
we've been together for 30 seasons. So
That's a long time.
I think
Okay.
I joined them in season 42, and we are in season 76. So it's about 35 seasons almost.
That's a lot. Well, I have been with the shower since season 31, if I recall correctly. This is season 76, so that's 35 seasons. A very long time too.
So you joined in season.
I'm sorry, 45 seasons. I mean.
45. Okay, 45.
45 seasons. And in 3 races time, I'm going to be 50 seasons old in terms of the game. It's going to be my 850th race, so I'm going to be 50 seasons old. That's a lot of time. Almost 9 years.
I still have to do 10 seasons to beat that, but
I am now in my 10th season. This is my 10th season. I started at season 76.
76, okay.
67. 67.
76 is this one.
oh,
Yeah, 67.
67.
I was confusing myself. And I started there at race number 5. So
there's a question for me
I'm
at the
a
chat.
rookie.
Oh, you're not a rookie anymore, Patrick. Come on.
my friends.
You're kind of fresh.
Yeah.
Yes. You're not a veteran yet, but you're not a rookie anymore. Something is mocking me, asking me if it's possible to make money at Elite at Zero Clear Track.
No, forget it. Forget it. Elite cost money. Elite is only costing.
Well, if you're on
As far as
PPD
I
like
know.
I am, it is possible to keep some money, to keep it. I mean, keep it, not make it. Going Zero Clear Track, but I use a bit more than zero because I don't want to lose too many laps to the leader and make 90%. And my driver is not very good. If I had a better driver, I rather use Zero Clear Track, but I'm using like 20 more or less.
You're going to you plan to relegate back, Flo?
I'm sorry, I didn't get that.
You planned to relegate?
Yes, I'm on a planned relegation season on PPs, and I hired a driver that was 138.08, and now it's at 147.08. So I'm training that driver to relegate to master with.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
We have Ethan Littleshones at the streaming tonight at the chat. He says that he didn't make it to master until season 74, so it took him 50 seasons to make it to master. And he's doing very well. I think he's on a promotion season this season. What group are you at, Ethan? If I'm not mistaken, you are promoting this season to Elite? I don't know. Let's see if he replies.
I don't know if I'll ever get to master.
Well, it's not impossible, Luca. Definitely not. But it needs time, and it needs planning, big planning ahead, definitely. Not 50 seasons, but
Wow.
My teammate is escaping. Wow, he's already 10 seconds ahead. I think I'm gonna lose this
Yeah,
one.
but he has to stop one more. He has to stop extra.
Yeah,
He has
but
to stop extra. So
he is going 2.15, and I'm going to 3.2. So it's like more than 1.5 seconds per day per lap. It's a bit difficult. It would be lighter. It would be lighter later, but I don't know.
yeah, but I think you have a chance. You still have a chance. He has to. The pit time is, I believe, 17 seconds in out. Then you need to add the seconds of the refueling. So I think you are having a good chance.
Right now, it just made a 2.23, so it's like only 8 tenths of a second slower than him. So
Yeah, well, that's good.
don't have enough talent. My driver doesn't have enough talent. But for rookie and amateur, I think is okay. I think it's 140. No talent.
Oh, when someone is commenting about my husband and my back, his name is Andres. He's working. Say hi.
Hi.
He's working. I usually put the Cipro flag on the back, not to show his side of the room, but there's not much daylight today because it's cloudy here, so I decided not to block the little light we have with the flag. And so he's more comfortable while he's at work. He's at work right now. Of course, because of the coronavirus situation, he's working from home. So,
Flo, to answer your question, Ethan is in Master 3.
Ethan, yes, I know this. I think he's promoting this season.
Yes, he's first in the group.
He's first. Yes, I was not mistaken. Oh, only with a 3 points lead. That's not a lot, but he has a lead to the fourth, so I think that the promotion is
exactly
is
almost secure.
My race pace is increased.
There doesn't look to be many people pushing for promotion at Master 3. I think it's only Ethan and Hyman. I don't know if Rowie is pushing or not for the promotion. If he's pushing, he's not with much luck lately. Hyman was my classic rival for a long time, back at the times when I was at the lead and I wasn't with Pipis. He's the manager that has the most number of races against me at the game.
No, my friend had a technical problem.
Oh, what happened? Did he beat?
Random.
I don't know.
Random. Probably a random.
Yeah.
My pace isn't that good either.
I feel so sorry because he was going to win this one. I was really sure he was going to win this one. Then let me see if they say what the problem was.
What happened? It's a very nice moment to talk about randoms.
Oh yes, randoms. The people, they hate them. They hate them. Like
randoms
hell.
And why we hate them.
Especially when you're in front.
I don't know why Flat installed them. But it's always on bad timing. Randoms are always in bad timing. Always. Same like getting your mother-in-law to visit you. Okay, that was a joke from us.
I understand the point of randoms to introduce a change and shuffle things a bit sometimes, but what I don't agree with is having race ending randoms. I don't mind to have a pitable randoms, those where you pit and you are still on the race. But race ending randoms are too hurtful, especially on the higher leagues.
Exactly.
How many good managers have we had quitting over randoms? I can count a few, especially
Just a few.
just a few. I think a lot, but all I can think now is about my old co-host Jan Belsk, and how he is planning to retire now. I don't know if he's 100% convinced yet, or if he's still thinking about it, but he's considering it.
He's considering it. Indeed, he is.
I actually don't know.
He hasn't given an answer. He's now going back. He planned to relegate this season.
Yes, he's at the back of the brigade right now.
Regather himself, and then I'm the closest to it. I'm in the team. I'm in Newfo, so I get some things along. He is considering, but not sure yet. So. But that's his decision.
Of course, it's his goal. He knows what his motivations are, what are the things that keep him playing, what are the things that he enjoys doing while he is at Chipro. And of course, each of us has different motivations to stay on the side or to keep playing. But I think it was pretty harsh for him to have a random on a season when he was standing a chance against Roland for the title. He ended up saving more for that.
And
I don't know what happened to my friend. It's a technical problem, and that's all.
Yeah, technical problem. You will only find that out after the race in the report.
Yeah, but
technical problem could be a part that broke.
Yeah, but on lap 6, you already spent about 5 or 6 millions to update the car. He already has a level 2 car, so low budget parts.
Level 2
car. But it must be random.
He had fresh new parts.
It must be
no parts that was going to smoke.
Yeah, it must have been a random, and you only will know what exactly is going wrong in the race now. Not
so if it is like this, I have some chances to win now.
Are you happy or are you sad?
No, I am sad. I am sad because I was thinking he was going to win. I already told him on the WhatsApp group chat. I already told him that.
Does everyone use WhatsApp for the team discussion? Because we're a little bit old-fashioned at Jaguar, and we are not using WhatsApp for the team chat because not everyone at Jaguar owns a smartphone. That's a little bit ironic, but it's what it is. We have some paranoid teammates that don't like using smartphones because of privacy.
One of my sisters is 25 years old and she doesn't use a computer. I think she's never used a computer in all of her life.
Whoa.
Okay.
She is lost without if you take away the smartphone from her, she will probably die. But without a computer, she can live without a computer, but not without a smartphone. Instagram, WhatsApp,
mostly
Instagram,
nowadays they are the same.
Nowadays
they are the same.
Yeah, that's a millennial.
To answer Alex's question.
Yes. I don't know who Alex is to start with, because he
I don't know it either, but I only can tell him, build up your sponsors, build up your car correctly, build up money.
And test.
And a good driver. And test, yes.
How can I disagree with that? Because we are not making clear about how much testing we're talking about. I don't know if testing 17 races in the season is the right approach for amateur. I would say it is not. What do you think, Sky?
He can do some testing to get his untrainables up. It's not highly necessary, but he can do it. And to get small tests, do lesser laps, so you can build up your car. So you can use lower level parts with the same result.
What do you think about testing at amateur, Luca?
Not that much. I think in amateur it's not that important. I think it's more important from pro going on.
Pro and above.
From pro and above, I think it's more important. Amateur, I don't think you can avoid testing, but if you want to test, if you have a favorite track or if you have a low wear track, I think it's better to test. I once missed a full test season. There was, I don't remember if Habenisto or Mexico City, that it's very low in wear, and I have people that developed their car incredibly in just one season, and I totally missed that. It was a really good chance to test, but I totally missed it. It surely depends on the track also.
Well, you need to have a plan, and testing can be beneficial for the driver too. I don't know, not everyone knows it, but it can help you build your driver. So I think it is important to test at amateur, but you need to plan how many test sessions per season you need to get your car stronger, as Patrick said, because it is important to have at least one level out of testing CCPs. That is a very important thing to have. If you can have a bit more. But especially to match your driver plan to your testing plan, so you can develop the driver.
Grazie.
Questi li mettiamo in frigo, te li porto dopo.
No, ce n'è uno che è aperto da me.
Okay.
Mike Bell asks, what is the red squirrel thing about? It's just a joke, Mike. It's just a show the administrators introduced at the new race screen, like a distraction, but nothing else. It doesn't interfere in the race at all. Have you guys seen a red squirrel on track during any races that you have watched?
No,
I especially never saw the squirrel on the track. I want to see it.
You want to watch it? Well,
I never paid attention to it. Really.
Watch Rookie 50 later on at the replay, because my girl is a Rookie 50 and he just saw the red squirrel. Yes, I might watch the replay too to see what the red squirrel thing is about, because I haven't seen any in any of my races yet. Well,
me neither.
The important thing here is I don't use the new race screen a lot. That's why I haven't. But I want
old-fashioned one.
Yes, I usually watch the race with the old viewer, just to have a picture of the moment, to see, well, how did this lap end like this? Okay, I have the information I want, and I can change tab and multitask a bit. Especially because I am usually at chat room during the races.
I like to see the little cars moving. Just that's something more to watch. Oh, there is.
Yeah, but sometimes it's easier to see what's happening. It's not accurate, but it helps. most of the people are still using the old screen.
There are some serious accusations at the chat, Luca.
No,
Some serious accusations there.
no, I'm used to it. I'm used to it. It's just
I
the tip
used
of the iceberg.
to having mean teammates.
No, this is just the tip of the iceberg. We can be
This is
we can be
nothing. This
we
is
can be
nothing.
more mean to each other.
You can make it worse. Okay.
Okay, see, yeah, we can make it worse.
We had a test with Luca a few days ago, and I was surprised to realize that he has a very good Spanish. He speaks very clear Spanish. Can we talk about how you learn Spanish?
That's one of the really few things that I really know how to do. I'm really always interested in languages. If I can learn, I would like to learn Russian. I really love the Russian language.
Interesting.
If I
Why
could,
Russian?
right now, I don't know. I just like the sound of it.
Oh, you
Nostrovia.
well, each language has their own accent and their particularities. What do you think about Spanish? Does it sound good to you? And we have
You talking to Patria?
Spanish from Spain and Spanish from Argentina.
I don't speak any word Spanish. I don't speak any word Spanish at all. The only thing in Spanish I know is paella.
That I don't like. I don't like it.
He's on Little Jones. He's asking, what race do average elite players use now, do you think? I don't know. It depends on the track. There are tracks that allow more clear track than others, and it depends on where in the pack the person is. If you have an underdeveloped driver, you can use less. If you have a better driver and pushing for elite championship, you can use more risk. I don't know exactly how much there are races that elite managers are pushing 100 clear track, and there are others that they can only push 85, 80 for a push. I mean, if you are not pushing, you probably are using something like 60 or so. I don't know, because I'm not calculating how much risks I could use with my old driver. I don't have an elite driver, so I don't know. And I think I am the only elite manager
I have no experience.
at the streaming today. I wish Jan was here to reply to that.
Yeah, well, I can answer it on average, but there are so many factors playing a role in determining how much risk they use. It's the weather, it's the track, the driver, as you already mentioned, Flo.
Especially if they are pushing or not.
Exactly. That's the main thing. Because putting higher risk means higher wear, and it's hard. It's very hard. Sometimes the managers don't use risk at all.
Well, I don't know how much risk are my teammates using this race, for example. I haven't checked.
Me neither.
Roland, of course, is on the higher side because he's pushing, but I have teammates that are at the back of the wheel, like Harsh.
Okay.
If you're talking about me this season, my average is 0.
Zero. Well, that's advisable at rookie.
Okay. Only if you can do rookie and amateur in 0 CT and then winning races, then you have a good package overall.
Well, it depends on what kind of driver you develop. Because for example, when I was at my amateur promotion season to pro, I was using risks. I wasn't using 0 risks. I was using something close to 30 every race, which was okay because I didn't have any energy problems with that. That's not a lot for amateur. But I have a driver with very low experience because I was trying to build a driver with lots of talent. So when you have too much away on the talent side, you need to resign some of the other skills to have the space on the OA to fill. And because of that, I needed to use risks. There are people who hire older drivers which are more experienced that can get away with using little to non-risk at amateur. It wasn't my case.
Yeah.
So it's not the same for everyone, depends on the driver too.
I remember some seasons ago, I had a driver in amateur who had about 230 stamina.
Oh, that's a beast.
And I was using about 60 or 70 clear track risks every race, and I never used the spa training.
That's a lot, but why the need to use that much risks at amateur?
Because I wanted to break records.
Oh, I get it.
But I didn't.
Because I think you could have won with less than that. You don't need 60 clear track to win a race with such a driver.
I could have won with less than 60 or 70 risks, but I just wanted to have fun.
So you were doing. You were
always
crazy.
Always 3 sub strategies, very fast, 60, 70 softer tires, just trying to make Grand Chelem, hat tricks, fastest laps, and of course to win.
Get achievements too.
I think I made 158 points out of 170.
That's a lot.
What about achievements?
What?
Do you have any achievements competition with your teammates or something?
And what do you mean achievements between us?
No, the achievements that the game grants, like I don't know, when you win a race, that you get an achievement, a track achievement.
You mean how many I have?
Yes, if you broke many records, you probably got many achievements to that season.
If you watch, for example, the Yoengam tonight's race, the Yoengam schedule, you see that the rookie record, the rookie fastest lap record is mine, and also in Baku. I remember doing 100 races. Yeah, I remember doing 100 races just to want to break the world record, and I just throw 100 risks and I made the record. I think I qualified with 155, one in Baku, 155, and I had a fastest lap of 146.
Well, here we have some insight from a master manager that says that he is trying to use between 75 and 80% energy every race. If you use 75 or a little bit less, you can get away without using spa. So you can train your driver in maybe ninja or fitness.
That's what happened to me in amateur with that driver.
You were using how much energy every race? 70%, 80%?
80% maximum. I think just one race I ended up with less than 10%. I never finished my energy. always with 60, 70 risks in amateur, 230 stamina about this, and I never finished my energy during the race. Never. I remember some races when I used the 60 instead of 70, finishing with still
People
30 or
take
40.
the notes. People should be taking down notes because that gives away that stamina is very important for energy use, of course.
I remember one time I used 60 and I ended up with 45% energy with 60 risks.
60 clear track and you still
Yeah, but that
45.
depends. That depends on the track as well. That depends on the track as well.
I know, but depends on the track. But if that track is low also on energy wear, you can, and if you have a driver with a lot of stamina, you can push with 10 or 15 risks more and still finish with a lot of energy still. It depends. It depends on the track also. There are tracks where you consume a 10 or 50% even with zero risk. So it really depends.
I think at zero clear track, every track consumes the same.
No, not really. I remember sometimes after the race reset, I remember sometimes finishing with 93, 94% energy. And I remember last race, for example, in Baku, at the end of the season, at the end of the race reset, I was with 100%. So I think every track is different, even if you use zero risk.
My teammate Harsh is making fun of me because he's right ahead of me, blocking me. That's me, Harsh. Know that you are a mean teammate. He didn't let me through this race. He should have. I'm faster than him.
If you want to see my actual driver, I'm posting this on the chat.
No, don't, please.
No.
We are already giving away too much phobia.
I don't have anything to lose. Anyway, it's higher in stamina for rookie. So I think that's what makes it so competitive going.
Well, I think that at rookie and amateur, stamina is king.
Stamina and concentration, if you have concentration around 170, 180, talent between 100 and 150, and stamina around 70, 80, or 90, that would be his driver for rookie.
I recall that André de Carvalho, when he was here at the streaming, said that he hired a 90 stamina driver, and he did a rookie season with him, and he finished the season with something like 140, 150 points.
Yeah.
He had a really good season, a very easy season at rookie. It was his first season ever. So I asked him what was the secret to being so successful so soon. And he was very smart when he picked his driver. Of course, he tried to see what was more rare to get, and he of course followed some other advice that he found that a guide that the Brazilians have for new players. So how's the lead race? Because I'm being blocked by Harsh, but nobody cares about that.
Well,
I see Jasper is having a very bad race tonight. Anyone that
about this race.
Anyone that was following.
The first 3-4 are on the same pace.
Jasper is at position 15th. I don't know what happened to him. He qualified a bit better than that. I Did he have any driver mistakes?
I have to check. Jesper was starting fourth. He dropped down 7 for a while, then down to 8. His pace isn't good either. 152 at lap 9. It's not a
Wow.
good pace.
150. There's one in Master 4 that has 150 million and level 10 car.
Here, Ethan is saying that class in Master 4 has 150 million and a level 10 car. Yes. He promoted out of Pro with almost
Jesper had at the end.
200 million. I was at Master 4 until last season. And not only he has a level 10 car and 150 millions, his driver is a beast. He was just promoted from Pro, and he was scoring very easily at Master. So he has a very strong pack, and I expect he does well at Elite when he arrives with such pack. I think it will be one of the stronger promoter packs in some seasons. We are going to see. I think that we are going to see him retain with no problem in his first Elite season, but we need to wait for that.
That's a monster package.
That's a master package because it's not easy to bring a strong package from Master to Elite, and I think he's building a very good one.
And it's not easy to have a car that high with such a balance.
With so much money, yes. But he managed to keep his money all along. He made a lot of money at Amateur. He kept the money at Pro, and he's still keeping the money at Master. So he has a constant inflow of sponsor money, of course. Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to do that.
I am sorry, but I'm still eating.
No problem.
Eating some eggs and some cheese.
Bon appetit.
I'm going to eat in a few minutes too. I have some candy here. I will be eating too, so don't worry.
That's your lunch?
No, it's some kind of snack.
What time is it right there in Argentina? It's about 2:42 in the afternoon.
3:42.
Oh, it's 5 hours. I thought it was 6.
No, 5 hours. It's between 4 and 5 hours, depending the time of the year. During the European winter, there's only 4 hours difference.
Let's see how my race is going. Just hoping
I
they pit
stopped
soon.
watching mine.
I just hope they
I'm
pit
getting
soon.
passed by left and right.
I still have 16 laps of fuel, and they're not stopping. Oh,
No, why should they?
my
Well,
teammate.
most of them will be on one. Most of them will be on a one stop. Definitely.
No, all of them. I think they will be on one stop. I think all of them. But I don't know when they're going to stop. I'm stopping on lap 37.
That's the difference. Yeah.
Sometimes some newbies tend to do some extra stops. Luca, you're a rookie, remember, not an amateur.
I know, but I see that in my group, people tend to use right strategies. It's a very tough group because especially there's 1 or 2 guys that are always pushing like hell, and it's very difficult when you're always going at 0 because you don't know even if you're doing the fastest lap or if you're going to win. I don't remember if it was in Baku, the previous one, I lost because the French one, the one was pushing like hell, and I'm not saying it's not right because he won, but right there is still with 4 million money. Well, I have 62.
Well, but of course the objectives are different, and the experience is different.
Yeah, I think
The same manager with way more experience would probably not do that, knowing more about the game. But there's people who want to win at any cost and do it anyway.
There's a guy from Chile.
Without going very far, you did that at amateur, Luca.
There's a guy from Chile in rookie. There's I think he's always saying in rookie just to get achievements in rookie.
Super rookie.
Yeah, it's I'm not going to say the name for privacy, but I think people who play the game know him because he's always in the top 10 qualifying in rookie. If not first, always second, third, fourth, always in the top 5. And he wants to stay in rookie. He doesn't want to go up. He always stays in rookie. And I don't know, it's a choice, but I don't find it entertaining.
Turbo Dede, who is that? Andres Quizzato?
I think it's him.
Well, I can do with going +1. So hi Dede.
No, I'm still third. They're not stopping. I still have 30% fuel. Oh, my teammate just stopped. You solved it. The technical problem got solved anyway.
Oh, he stopped the really. I don't understand why he chose that strategy.
He wanted to go away and then to go in pole position because I'm always getting pole position. And he said, I want to get pole position. He wanted to get pole position, I think.
And so he can the fuel for the pole position.
And he wanted to try to escape at the beginning to get some seconds on me. And then when I do the pit, to be closer when I did mine. And he had chances to win. He was, I think, 10 or 11 seconds ahead of me right after 4 laps.
Yes.
But then he had a technical problem on lap 6, and his race is screwed right now. And I don't know why, because he has a lot of fresh parts, because he made a lot of part changes, but I don't know. Always in the races, you had the most feeling you're going to win. There's always a random striking. Always. I remember
by Murphy Law.
I remember when I was in amateur one time having a 30-second lead on a Spanish guy, and then suddenly random appears, random pit, and I went from 30 seconds ahead to 40 seconds behind, and it was about 5 or 6 laps from the end of the race. When it happens, it sucks.
Yeah.
Well, confirmed. Turbo Dede was Andres Quizzato.
Yes, I think it's him.
He said he was going to win the last race. I don't recall that.
I'm second right now. Let's go.
Come on.
One of the guys stopped.
Well, it depends how much do the pit stops take. Maybe you can overtake them after the pit.
Because I have 15 seconds. I'm 15 seconds behind the leader, and he's pushing like.
What about the guy that was in second?
The guy that was in second. I have to check. The guy who was in second was 11 seconds. Was 11 seconds in front of me. I still have 13 laps of fuel.
Well, we see now that you are lighter. If your lap times improve enough to cut the gap.
I started with 77% fuel, and right now I'm 27.
That's a lot.
Yeah, 139 liters of fuel. And that's on wet. I don't know what it would have been on dry. I think about 160 liters of fuel if I wanted to do 37 laps.
Must be some that. Well, not quite, but
Come on, let me go under the 2-minute mark.
When we see that strategy pays off or not.
No.
Maybe you decide next time not to take that approach and do something closer to what your teammate did, to be light and get ahead.
I love to use a lot of fuel, and when the others are using less fuel than me and they're going slower, that's the most satisfying thing. I love always being full of fuel.
You're also slow as
No, not always.
when you're high fuel. You're slow. If you're using high fuel, you're slow.
Well, not always, because I was faster than some guys that stopped on lap 20, and I still had 17 laps of
That's
fuel.
depending on the car. That's depending on the car. You can't compare yourself with a guy on 20.
Level 2 car, and they have a level 3 or 4 car. I have level 2.
You can't. Then you have a good pH or your car CCPs.
I have. Well, I'm
that's why you can use lower parts. Yeah, but that doesn't matter. If you have a good CCP on your car, it doesn't matter if you have.
I can't have CCPs in rookie. I'm not testing in rookie. Come on.
True that.
Of course.
Especially with low level parts. It's a suicide.
You can already have some testing.
Yeah, well, but
in the first four races,
how much do you test at rookie? Very little. Maybe a bit if you're training a driver to be to the higher leagues.
And then you can't compare. Then you can't compare as a matter. If I'm doing 4 normal tests in rookie at the first 4 races, my car as of race 5 will be faster than the persons who haven't done testing at all. Now, at some point, I can use low-level parts and still be faster than them.
Well, that depends on what division you are. If you are testing the first 4 races of the season of rookie, that means you're on level 1 parts.
If you're in the middle of the package.
If you are on level 1 parts at rookie, it's not a very good idea to test that much.
Definitely not.
But at amateur, it's a different story because if you have been there for 2-3 seasons, then you have a very good car to start with. Of course, if you have been building the package and you are not right away, you are not right out of rookie the season before, then you have level 5-6 parts, and the testing during the first races of the season is a different story. I would not recommend testing the first races of the season as rookie at all. My teammates are complaining about the driver mistakes on the rain. Those are hard to avoid during a rain race.
I am complaining.
Have you had any driver mistakes so far, guys?
I think one time during this season, just one. But it didn't.
Not during this race, because they are more common during rain races.
In this race, not actually. No, I did an awful lap. Wow. 2.2 seconds lower than the leader. Wow. I did 2:0:06 and then 2.15, a second slower.
Wow.
I am complaining. So you know I'm not gonna win.
Looks like you have a perspective third position for this race.
I think because the third right now is pushing like, but I'm gaining. I'm gaining about this. Despite being 1 second slower than my previous lap, I gained 1 second on the third. That has just stopped. So if I gain a second per lap, I think I can come out to being in front because I'm 40 seconds ahead right now. I still have to gain something more to be in front before the pits. Let's see. What worries me the most is the leader. He's 20 seconds ahead of me. And it's not stopping yet. I think it's pushing.
Ioannis Dimitroglou had a star crash at Elite. He says that lack factor in Elite needs rescheduling. I think he took too many risks at the start. That it's not a matter of luck.
I'm first. Let's go. I think I'm one of the few managers that didn't manage to crash with having 100 risks all over. I had a 100 risk all over. I went for the maximum risk start, and then I didn't crash. What I wanted to crash.
When all the risks are low, like when you are at rookie or amateur, it's not, as long as you keep all risks low, because there are some guys that think, okay, I'm going to use 100 overtake risks, and that's a lot. But if you keep the overtake, the defense on the clear track risk low, it's not very easy to have a star crash at beat or at rookie or amateur. I didn't have any star crashes at rookie. I had 2 star crashes at amateur, but they were the kind of star crash where someone takes you out of the track. 2 people crash against each other. And then I don't recall having star crashes at pro at all. And I had a few at master. Of course, the first I had were because of inexperience, trying different risk combinations. And then I had an unlucky one after, I don't know, 100 or 120 races using the same combination. You are going to have a star crash at some point, because it is statistically, it's going to happen because of statistics. You have a risk of 1%. Okay, so in 100 races you are going to have a star crash, even if you are on the safe side of the risk. Someone here is asking if someone uses level 9 engines. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Maybe people experimenting at amateur who don't have many info, many data in their teams. Maybe they try level 9 engines. But people who are experienced enough don't use level 9 engines. I would say not even level 8 engines, maybe level 8 other parts like brakes or I don't know, electronics or some parts that
I
last
think
a
the
lot.
highest people use. I think
But-
the higher the people use is 7.
I think 7 is the maximum to use.
Yeah.
Well, I have used some level 8 parts, but it's not the most common thing. Maybe an underbody or some cheap part that doesn't wear too fast.
Exactly.
And just because it helped with the PHA matching, I saw an opportunity. The cost wasn't high. So in that circumstance, I have used level 8 parts. As I said, it's not very common. I did it very few times. But a part like an engine on level 8 is not manageable. You can't manage a level 8 engine.
I think the costs for level 8, 9 engines are too high. Way too high to use them. And you don't gain much by it.
Hart says that Yanni did not take too many risks. I say he did. I'm disagreeing with my own teammate here. Oh, talking about teammates, I wanted to salute Mr. Roland Posel, who is turning 40 today.
Wow.
Happy birthday to Roland.
That's a
Happy
milestone.
birthday.
I
I'm
almost
way
forgot
over it.
about that. I wanted to say happy birthday to Roland. It's a
I'm
very
close to
special
50
day.
now.
That's cool.
I'll have to wait November for my birthday, so very long time.
How old are you, Luca?
28.
28. Okay. You're already young.
Yes. Not that young, but
Yes.
not that old.
You're very
Yes,
young.
I'm the oldest.
Believe me, you are young. Okay, here, Andrea Squizzato tells me that there's some fun fight between Roland and Bert, who haven't pit yet.
Mhm.
So
Both haven't
I'm
pitted,
switching
but
to
Bert
the
has
front of Elite.
Wow. I did my fastest lap now. 1:59.5. That's nice. One way to do a fastest lap. Not the fastest of the race, but 3 seconds faster than the
Ethan used level 9 parts and he finished with minus 65 million. I think he doesn't recommend. He doesn't recommend using level 9 parts.
I don't think so.
Here, Alex says that he had a teammate using level 9 parts. I think that many people experiment with level 9 parts when they don't have the information about the level 9 parts usage from within their teams or other experienced managers that have used them.
How much does 11.9 engine cost? About 20 million?
I don't know.
A level 7 costs about 11.5 million.
11, yes. 11 plus million.
I think it's about 20 million 11.9 engine. It's crazy.
I don't know, and I don't want to know.
It's crazy. I never used more than level 7 parts, and I think I never will use more than level 7 parts. Never.
I have used a few level 8, but not many, really. And I'm talking about 50 seasons.
Maybe in my retiring seasons, I will finally use some level 9 and 8s and and 8
like
parts.
Ethan, and he finished with a negative balance of 65 million.
The best one was Danny Bailey's a manager, an English manager.
Oh,
He
I recall Danny
he
Bailey.
finished with a 1 billion negative.
Yes, he crashed one of the scripts of the site. I don't recall which one. I don't know if it was a post-race script that he crashed due to his negative balance. Like needed to fix it manually.
Now that is a way to get noticed.
In and out pits at this track is 23.5 seconds, Mike. Mike was asking what was the in and out pits at this track. 23.5. It's quite high. Oh, here Ethan Littlejohn has the answer for the level 9 engine. It costs over 18 million.
Wow. If you want to go broke, then use it.
If you want to go all Danny Bailey's, buy a level 9 engine for the surprising price of 18 million.
If you're planning to relegate, you have too much money.
If you're quitting the game, buy a level 9 engine.
I don't know what a full level 9 car costs. I don't want to know it. I don't want to know.
Yes, I am, Andre. If you have too much money and going to relegate, then use that money, buy the level 9 parts, and then go under the 30 million, so you don't have to pay the tax.
so you don't pay. Well, that's a dangerous piece of advice. You want to have some money, at least. I'm going to relegate this season, and I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to spend my money on yet. I'm undecided between an all level 7 car parts, or maybe investing in some facilities, which I should be investing on. Which I should be. The common sense says that I should be investing in some facilities, but I don't know. I might not be convinced about that.
Why not?
Cosa è successo?
Why not, Flo?
What?
Why not use it in staff or training center facility?
I'm sorry, I didn't get what you said, Patrick. I was distracted.
I said, why not use it? Why not using it in the facility?
Because I'm not convinced I want to face a long-term career elite. I'm a bit lazy to be an elite. It's pure laziness. I swear to God, it's pure laziness, and maybe a little bit of lack of motivation too.
Yeah, but it could help to give you a decent pace in master.
I have
decent pace. Save some money, make some money.
Well, I found it very hard to make money at master with the type of driver I was developing. If you want to make money at master, you need an old driver.
I have the same problem at the moment, and I'm in pro. Somehow I can't keep the money together. I don't know why, but
it's easier to make money at amateur. At pro,
Amateur, you need.
it's not very easy, and at master it is possible to make some money as long as I have a visit from my cat.
Yeah, well, it is doable, but you have to leave some
It's
stuff
doable.
behind.
Yes, I think it's
Unless
doable to make some money at master, but as I said, you need a driver on the older side. It's not easy to make money with a young, talented driver as the one I was training. I had a difficult time making money and getting sponsors with that driver.
Okay.
I'm going to finish with my tires with rope. I have level 12. I have 12% my 12% tires. 9% right now. Oh yes. And I'm still going.
Yeah, well, now you start to wobble badly and losing time.
No, I'm still gaining time on the second one.
Roland is speeding. Oh, I missed Roland's speed.
In the
It was
messages.
a good one. Roland Pitt was 14.7.
14.7, yes.
It's faster as Bird.
Well, it gave him a very good advantage
Yes,
against
big advantage.
Gonzalo and Bert. See, guys, that's why it is important to invest on staff and facilities, because if you don't, Roland beats you.
If you don't, you'll end up like
Definitely.
Rolando will beat you.
no, you will end up just like me, winning nothing.
Ethan, explain, Ethan. First level to make money. Explain.
I'm sorry, it got cut what you said in the middle. I heard the part of making money, but I didn't hear the previous part.
I asked Ethan why it's worse to make money. Yeah, why it's worse to make money in pro.
Okay, Ethan, you have a question from the freshman pro Patrick. Why it is the worst level to make money?
That I'm
That's
curious
the reason,
about.
To reply to Nuno.
I'm returning in 5 minutes.
The reason was not because I am too lazy. I am too lazy, that's true. But I didn't have a good pack for Elite. That's the truth. I couldn't build a good pack, so that's why I want PPs. I don't know if he's asking about the exactly what of all I said he's asking about, but I tried to build the pack and I failed. Well, I don't know what Ethan thinks if he happens to post something. I'm going to highlight it for everyone to read. But why it is hard to make money at pro? Because the race income is not as good as master, and the expenses are quite similar in what concerns to car parts. Also, if you are testing heavily at pro, the expenses can get really high. That's why it's a little bit hard to make money at pro. High expenses, and less racing.
I mostly agree with it. I mostly agree with it. You have to give something up to get money in pro. You have to give up something. Either you're changing your level regularly, or you have to stop testing.
And Ethan posted he was spending some time typing his answer, but he pretty much agrees with what I said. That you spend similar amounts, especially if you're testing, of course, and the income is not as good. Yes, I also tested Tesla Pro, but still, it's expensive. I like my driver. What driver, Nuno? The one I let go or the one I have now?
That's why.
Nuno says he likes my driver, but I don't know which driver he's talking about.
Yeah, I think he meant the driver you have now.
It's a nice driver. I had a bit of fight to get it. It was contested during the first market of the season. 2 or 3 master managers put a bid on it. But I got away with my bid because I could offer championship bonus because I am an elite.
Sorry, but I'm a smoker. I had to go for a smoke.
Oh, Pisces.
Okay, I'm stopping right now.
Everything fine. Everything fine.
Tires left. 3%. I was expecting a lot less tire wear. I was convinced I'm finishing on 13%, and I finished with 3%. Yeah, I think I'm going to finish third this race.
What group are you?
You talk about me?
Yes.
Rookie 64, rookie 74. Okay, I just got overtaken. Oh, 20.9 stop. That's nice. I'm not far from the second one. But the first one is uncatchable. It's too fast.
Now you see what the wobble means. You're driving with 214, or you're just pitted, okay?
Yeah, I did a 20.9 pit stop. It's pretty fast for rookie. I wasn't expecting.
The master one. No, it's talking about the master one. The one I'm bringing to master, or the one I had at master last season.
It's really strange to say that, but I had a fastest pit stop than Martino in the last elite race.
It was outrageous. He had a horrible pit stop. If he wasn't because of that pit stop, he would have won the race.
23.8 pit stop. That's
yes. That means that his staff and facilities are very low. Yeah, and that's why you want to invest in your staff and facilities, especially in the staff skills, the trainer ones. Because if not, you are going to have a 23.5 pit stop at elite, and you're going to lose the first race. You have opportunity of winning.
It's really strange with that level 39 staff to had such a pit stop. That was really unexpected. Because even with a level 39 staff, you should be able to do less than 20 seconds.
Let me disagree. I have an overall of staff facilities of 33.
I remember having really bad facilities.
And I was having, I don't know, between 20 and 22 second speed stops with a PD.
I remember one time I had really bad facilities and I had about 20, 25 trainable stuff. And I was making always 16, 17 seconds, 15 seconds pit stop in pro.
Oh, but
always.
What you see about Martino is the overall. You don't know of that overall what is the level he has of trainable skills, the untrainable skills, and the staff and the facilities. Because he might have some money invested in the facilities, but not money invested in the training of the staff. And the training of the staff is what mostly defines the range of the pit stops you have, not the exact time, but the range. If you are on the lower part of the range or you're a little higher. And guys like Roland that have in between 12 and 14, 15 seconds pit stops, they have heavy amount of money invested in training their staff. And of course in the staff, because you need to have the training level in the facilities to be able to train the staff and maintain the staff. I think that Martino probably has more money invested in facilities than the money he invested in training itself. But this is just an assumption, you know, it's not it's a theory. It's a theory I have. Well, Nuno was meaning the driver came to elite with, yes, that was a very, very good driver, but I didn't have the pack to give that driver, you know, not having precisely the staff to have good pit times and not having the sponsorship money to be able to have an opportunity to sign a good tires contract. I would have put up a fight if I had better sponsorship, no. But as I couldn't close the deals I wanted to close, I didn't have the money to give the driver an opportunity. And he's not having a very good season with Michaela either. Oh, we lost Patrick.
The guys behind me is using boost laps. It's gaining me 1.9 seconds per lap. Damn. I just hope someone pits before me. I don't want to jinx it, but...
You haven't pit yet?
No, I pit on lap 38 instead of lap 37.
Oh, okay.
3% tires left. Well, I was expecting a 13% final wear, so... That's a good time. Yeah, I don't think they're gaining. Wow, 1.5 second gains again from the fourth one.
Yeah, sounds like he's boosting.
I think he's going to, but I think boosts are over right now because of the 3 beast laps. Right now, I think it's over. Let's see without boost laps. I won the podium.
Patrick, telephone died. I don't know if he will
Oh, it was with the
put
phone.
it to charge and come back, or I think we are alone, Luca.
Oh.
Are you scared?
No, there's a very few things that scare me, and one is praying mantis.
Is
Praying mantis, the insect.
mantis
It's one
like
of the
the
few things that
insects?
scares me. Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Scares the living hell out of me.
I've
It's one
never
of the
seen one in real life.
no cockroaches, praying mantis. Wow, I hate it. They're
Cockroach. Yeah,
disgusting.
you have a phobia of cockroaches.
No, but when I was in Spain, there's the American cockroach that is about 6 or 7, that can be 6 or 7 centimeters long.
Well, the ones that we have here are probably 4 centimeters long.
It's the problem is you would find them everywhere. That zone that part of Spain where we lived, it's known for that type of insect. So you would find
You
it everywhere, anywhere, on the street, in your house, in everywhere. When you would go everywhere and you would find those. It was disgusting. And I developed that phobia about cockroaches because of that.
It's understandable if the cockroaches are super
I think that's
developed,
more than I think
super
that's more than
cockroach.
oh, the guy behind me just did just 2 or 3 cents of a second faster than me. So if it continues like this, I think I can keep the podium alive.
We'll see.
The
Now you
first two
need to
ones,
pray. You need to pray not having a driver mistake, of course.
that's right. I'm gaining about 6 or 7 tenths of a second per lap the second to the second one. So I just hope to catch him before the end of the race. He stopped on lap 24, and I don't know if he has enough fuel to go to the end. I can't know. I am really happy with my driver's pace. I wasn't really expecting that on a wet race.
Why isn't it talented enough for a race?
100, I think he has 130, 140 talent, so not that
No,
much.
that's not very talented.
But he has more than 90 stamina. Probably that's the way.
Yes, of course. As I said earlier during the stream, stamina is king in rookie and in amateur too.
I gained.
You can get away with a very bad driver, all made up of stamina, and you can get away with it.
I'm gaining. Come on.
What about the lead race? Looks like Roland is building the lead.
How many seconds ahead from the second one? I can't really
He's
see.
12 seconds, that's a lot.
4 seconds? That's a lot.
12 seconds, yes. And he's the fastest on track too.
He has the fastest lap, I see. Also.
Yes, he was pretty fast during all race. That I think that both Bert and Gonzalo could keep the pace because they were on their sleep streaming with Roland. Now that they lost the sleep streaming, Roland is clearly faster. But you never know with Roland because he can very well run out of energy.
Well, he seems to have really good lap times so far still.
Yes, but last race he had very good lap times and he ran out of energy very early during the race. I don't know, it was like 12 laps before the end. That was a lot. And he ran out of energy and lost the race. He went from position 1 to position 6.
Wow.
Yes, he lost a lot of time.
So
because of risking too much.
Looking from his times, do you think he's pushing very hard?
I don't know.
Just assuming.
He tends to take risks. You know, he isn't the conservative type. I'm more conservative than him. He isn't scared of taking risks, like over risking and not making it with energy. Calculated risks, of course, because he tries to ponder different scenarios, and of course we have some tools and other things to calculate how much energy you can use, which are not very precise sometimes, like last race, but they are calculated risks, but he tends to over risk. And it would be a very nice detail that he wins the race during his birthday.
That would be that would be awesome.
That would be a very nice birthday present.
That would be, for sure. Oh, I still have something to eat left. Some cheese. 2 pieces of cheese. Not too much. Let's see this lap. My lap time sucks right now. Wow.
Let's not talk about my lap time.
Well, surely faster than mine's. Let's see. I can't do 2.0.7. I need to be faster. Let's see this one. 1:59.7. Wow. That's good.
Andrea says that he's asking me to stop mentioning last race. Why? Did you need to pay a very big TV bonus because of the podium? Why can't we talk about that? Because the only thing that would explain his aversion to talking about last race, where he got a very good result, is paying a very, very, very expensive podium bonus.
Wow, I'm catching the second one. That's nice.
Well, that's the stamina.
I'm catching him.
He probably has little stamina. And
yeah, probably. But that would be his first podium. Yeah.
What?
That would be his first podium of the season. He scored just 1 point till now. He's in second place. Let's see if he keeps it up with the fuel.
Confirm that the problem was his TV bonus. Ask my TV, he said. Yeah, well, that's what planification, Andrea. That's what planning. You should have known that you will be scoring podiums this season because it's the hottest season ever.
It's always the most expensive season ever. Every season is the most expensive.
But I said it is the hottest.
Oh. Yeah, that's really hot.
It's always as usual. Every time Stefan posts the calendar, everyone complains about the cost of the parts for the season, but this is the hottest season ever so far. That's why, imagine, for if there is scoring points after it, it needs to be hot season for the Contis.
Very good season also for bridge rocks in Elite.
Yes, well, the guys pushing for the title, plus the other two guys that are on bridges are having a good season.
I don't have bad lap times now, but the ones I had are going just like me. I have to jinx. That's the only way I can draw a second place right here. Only way. Well, at least I'm scoring a podium, not having.
Oh, Gonzalo overtook Bart. I missed the overtake.
He probably ran out of energy, made a mistake, because the distance between them is very high.
No lap times. Yes, Bert seems to have run out of energy. His lap times are worse each lap. Well, that's it, Billy. Let's see if he loses another position or not. Maybe he's able to hold the third.
At least a podium.
We see it would be interesting to keep the elite championship. I don't know, to keep it undecided until
To keep
to keep it open. I didn't find the word. It will be a good thing to keep it open.
If Roland wins right now, it would be 10 points advantage on Gonzalo. That's a lot. A 10 points advantage, that's a lot of points.
But it's not decided yet. It's not all lost. Roland winning the race is going to be 5 points away.
And Jasper? Where is Jasper? I don't see him in the first positions.
I think Roland is also losing energy. No, Jasper is 14th, 15th, I don't know, 16th at the moment.
He's losing a lot of points.
He's losing a lot of points in race, yes.
He probably isn't pushing either.
I don't know. Maybe he had his reasons to decide not to push this race.
Maybe he has some favorable tracks going on. Not favorable tracks like for the driver, I mean for his package. He has a very good staff and a very good car, so I think he can keep the championship alive going on. But we never know with Roland. We never know with Roland how the thing is going to end. When Roland fights for the championship, you always have to keep your back eyes opened.
He's one to watch, of course.
Yes. You also need to have eyes on your back when Roland is fighting for the championship.
The Rolocop.
You never know. I think it's really impressive how his game parable developed in the course of the years, from rookie to elite and then never going down.
Never going down.
It's really impressive.
He's one of the very few that
He went to elite.
I don't know if there is any other managers besides the one that have promoted to elite recently that can say they have stayed at elite for that long and not relegate. Because I recall, for example, Christos, who is one of the most veteran elite managers at the moment. He went to elite and relegated and then went back. So
like Rimantas, I remember.
Well, Rimantas has stayed outside elite for a long time now. He promoted a couple of times, But when I started playing, Rimantas was a very strong elite manager who was fighting for trophies. And I recall when he relegated. As a matter of fact, he did a car upgrade that meant that if he won the race, he won the championship and would retain elite. And if he didn't win the race, he wouldn't win the championship and would relegate for negative balance. It was a very risky move. I don't know if you recall that, or maybe you were not playing yet.
No, I think I was an amateur. I was an amateur one time with Rimantas, and I remember him going very slow, but he was planned because he then promoted with, I think, 270 or 260 millions of budget.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Then
Well,
I
we
don't
must
know.
have did that at the beginning of the season, in the early 30s. I don't recall exactly what
No,
season.
because I started on season 39, so I think it's too late for me. Season 39, race 1. That's my first race. Oh, and by the way, I jinxed it. The second one pitted. I'm second place now.
Yes. Celebrate.
Zero. For going at 0 risks, that's
Okay, we
not,
have
and not changing any parts because I'm still with level 3 and level 2 parts. Still have a level 2 car. I will have a brand new engine for Rafaela. Next race. And then for the oval, brand new level 4 engine.
well, Roland and Gonzalo have already finished the races. Here comes Bert on third.
Oh yeah, he
He
finished
finished
third.
his race. We had a
Good.
podium. So Bert, in spite of having run out of energy, managed to stay at the podium. Congratulations to him. A pity he couldn't keep the second position, but still a good race result for him.
And Roland just gained 10 points to Jasper.
Yes, that's a lot. It's a pity for Roland he couldn't discount more points from Gonzalo, who is very strong. But of course, a win is always a win and a very good result.
Gonzalo is doing an amazing season.
He's having an amazing season, yes.
He's very consistent. He always finishes in the top positions.
Well, no, he had a few races that he didn't. At least 2, I recall, he not having such good position. There were 2 races he got 7th, and a race he was.
Anyway, always getting points, because I remember elite champions always, some seasons, not scoring points in some races. He's always scoring points, even if it's not podiums or wins. He's always consistent and being in the podium, in the point zone.
Well, such was the case for Jasper until this race. It's a surprise. I would want to know what happened with Jasper.
It's really strange because looking at it, his points and what he was doing in the previous races, it's very strange that he finished.
Very strange because he's, of course, a clear candidate for the trophy.
It's like seeing Lewis Hamilton finishing out of the points. That's really strange. My race still has to finish. I'm not catching the first, so I'm happy with my second place.
It was a pleasant surprise that you got a second.
It was a pleasant surprise because I wasn't expecting to win. I wasn't expecting to win, but I was expecting to score a podium. Then when the guy behind me started going with the boost laps, I was thinking, oh my God, he's going to catch me. Oh my God, he's going to catch me. But then on lap on lap 44, it pit again, just like the second one in front of me. So I was then relieved from managing.
Congrats, Ethan, on your win. Ethan ended up winning his race.
First in my group pit, last lap.
That's a surprise because a master manager pitting on the last lap is not that common, you know.
But never say never. Even if it's elite or master, never say never.
Good night, Andrea.
It was just too quick.
He was 31st, I think. He was 31st or so. Let me check. Yes, he was 31st. Harsh was 32nd, and I was 33rd. Well, for those wanting a full rain race, here it was. Roland seems to have got a hat trick. He got all the win and the fastest lap on his birthday. Very nice.
That's a great milestone. That's great. Only in my dreams I would be in elite.
Well, I was talking to Jasper and he apparently made a mistake. That's why he was slow tonight. I wanted to have the point of view of the protagonist. And he ended up doing a bad race because he made a mistake. A very bad timed mistake.
Probably a wrong setup. I don't know.
I don't want to say too much because I haven't asked him permission to tell.
Assuming. I'm just assuming. I'm just.
Yes.
Just my think. I don't know. And it's a possibility. It's not certain. It's just a possibility.
Anyway, he said he wasn't expecting a very good result this race, maybe a 6th or a 7th.
Better 6th than 17th.
Of course.
Better 2 points than 0. Especially in elite. And especially when you're fighting.
Especially when
you're fighting for the championship.
Pushing for the trophy. It's sad. Well, I think it's a good time to end the streaming now, Luca. What do you say?
To end the streaming?
Yes, we'll end the streaming.
Fine for me. The race is finished.
The race is finished, and we have checked some race results. I got a 33rd, which is very important. Great race for me.
I'm still waiting
for my result of the season.
I'm still waiting for my race to finish. I still have 2 laps to go. But I'm not expecting.
I forgot that the rookies took so much more.
No, but I'm not expecting to have anything because the first one seems really able to go to win, and my teammate just got the fastest lap. Maybe he's got boosts at the end of the race.
Well, let's say good night to everyone then, and see you next streaming.
Absolutely.
Good night, everyone.
I'll try to be there also next time.
It was a pleasure having you, Luca. You're very entertaining to talk to.
Pleasure to me.
See you all next streaming.
See you soon. Bye all.